Hello, I'm Pam Hoffman, Everyday Spacer.
I'm Jeff Miller, 2049 Outfitters.
At Everyday Spacer, we show regular folks how to personally and directly participate in space exploration, science, and astronomy. Or we show you how to navigate space. We're here on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific Time, 12 midnight Eastern Time, and 3 p.m. Saturday in Queensland, Australia. We are broadcasting live from Thousand Oaks, California. Thanks so much for joining us.
Tonight's topic is keeps moving. Is producing a show. WHS crew, and also WHS. That's Weekly Space Show.
WSH.
WSH.
I'm dyslexic. Crew.
I'm dyslexic. They can be WHS for now. Also, more quiet March skies. Not much going on, but we'll tell you about it.
All right, thanks, Jeff. So, if citizen science isn't your thing, maybe you'd rather help produce a show. WSH Crew makes the Weekly Space Hangout happen. The Weekly Space Hangout airs live most Wednesdays. That's like September through June, and they start at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, and 0000 UT on Thursday. And then there's a replay after that. That's generally found through YouTube. Hey, Cliff, great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate that. All right, so in order to get started, I recommend you watch a few of these episodes to get a feel for the show. And if you are considering participating, that is the link right there. You go to wshcrew.space, and when you're ready, just kind of visit the site, browse around, see what's happening, and let's see what's next. Here we go to. And so what I did was I took some screenshots of the website. So here is the main page whenever you visit. The important thing, and I browsed around and I was trying to figure out how to actually get involved and join this, was to go ahead with the About Us right there, the navigation bar. And you can read a little bit about how they got started and what they're doing. And it's not just the Weekly Space Hangout. They are involved with a number of projects, some Astronomy Cast, Community Coffee, Cosmo Quest, and so on. The thing I wanted to point out was what you do with this WSH crew. They are helping to schedule the special guests and manage the what they call early career and experienced journalists. And I'm actually a junior journalist, so I would be one of the early career people they're referring to there. And I'm not going to be on the show for another couple of weeks, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And it looks really easy to join because all you have to do is send an email to slack@wshcrew.space. Or join the Cosmo Quest Discord, or you register for the forum. And they do have links here as well as in the little icons down here. And I would say just click on one or send the email and see what happens from there. Here is the forum page. So if this sounds like something you like to do, I absolutely suggest checking it out. Now, we don't have much information beyond that because I've never joined and I've never done this. I've been a junior journalist on the show, but I've never actually been kind of behind the scenes helping to organize the guests. I do know of some people that might be good for the show, and so I think eventually I'll probably try and help with participating in the production of the show as well. But if this is something that appeals to you, by all means check it out. And I would love a report back to see what it's like on the inside. Like I said, we're kind of on this side of it, and I wanted to make sure you knew how to find it and get involved with it, that kind of thing. But I don't know too much more after that. So yeah, if there are any questions, we would love to talk to you. And if we get questions on the replay, we'll try and answer them in the chat, after that. But we really appreciate you coming in and watching. We want to, I guess we'll go into the next phase of our show here. Is and Jeff will take that away. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yep. Okay, what you see in the night sky this week. Beginning March 12th through March 19th. Beginning, huh?
Oh, did I spell it wrong? Oh, well.
Okay, beginning March 12th through the March 19th. The moon is 29 days old, just about to die. The new moon is on March 13th. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
The only excitement in the sky really is in the east before sunrise.
It's a big excitement right now, yeah.
well, here with it being cloudy,
anything would be exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really interesting. The clouds were so thin as the sun was setting that they looked orange. It looked like there was a fire that was being reflected on this.
Oh wow!
On the clouds, and I was wondering about that because of the hills blocking line of sight. But
too much rain for fire around here.
Yeah, but that's what it looked like. That was interesting. So and what's happening this week is essentially before sunrise with 3 planets very low in the sky.
Yeah, 3 of the bright planets.
Mm-hmm. Mars is still high in the sky in the evening.
Right.
Just look up if it looks orange and it's not blinking, it's Mars. Vesta 6.3 magnitude is still easily seen with binoculars in the tail of Leo. You have to wait for it to rise in the east, and it keeps getting easier to see.
Right.
Wonder when it's going to
be higher
peak.
and higher.
Yeah, I wonder when it's going to.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that.
Yeah. March 13th, as I mentioned, new moon. Venus and Neptune are in conjunction. Oh, with the new moon. Not that you'll see the new moon in the east before sunrise. Since there's no moon, it'll make seeing them easier because it won't be washing out the sky.
Well, Venus will be easy, of course.
Right, yeah. Neptune, well, unless you've got a really good telescope, you can point to the area of sky where it's supposed to be. March 14th, daylight savings times. Bring ahead.
If you do that.
Yeah.
Not everywhere does.
I think Cliff's one of the lucky ones that doesn't have to deal with that. He just has to figure the calculations for everyone else who does that.
Is that true, Cliff? Do you folks change time? I think some countries actually do it, but they do it on a different weekend, a slightly different weekend. So if you're not totally messed up, that'll help.
Yeah. March 16th, not the 26th. It's not that late in the month. Oh, you guys do daylight savings time.
Cliff says, "Yep."
Oh, okay.
Is it going to be this weekend, Cliff, or will it be a different weekend? See, that's the thing. I think there's different ones in different countries.
One of the native chiefs had a comment about daylight savings time.
Okay. So the blanket one?
Yeah. He said, only a white man could think that cutting off a foot off of the bottom of a blanket and sewing it to the top of the blanket would make the blanket longer. That's pretty much what daylight savings time does. Oh.
Not in Queensland.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So it's different in different places in Australia, Cliff?
Well, it's different in different states here.
Yes, that's true. Like Arizona, they don't really change.
No, they don't.
No. So we're always an hour or same with Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I guess Hawaii doesn't change either. I just learned that the other day. Isn't that interesting? I had no idea. I thought they did.
Well, they're so close to the equator that it doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
But in fact, the real reason for daylight savings time is so the rich folk can golf in the morning.
Oh, I see. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Are you still on the 16th?
I'm still on the 14th.
Oh, right. Dave is 1 hour ahead, right. But what I was saying, Cliff, is does the whole country change at once, or do different places change, do their spring ahead, fall behind kind of thing at different times. So, yeah, he said, yeah, Dave's one of our other buddies from Australia.
Okay. March 16th. Finally, we're getting to March 16th.
Yes.
The week is going slow. Oh, Hong Kong does not do daylight savings time.
Oh, you don't change time in Hong Kong? Wow. Nice to see you, Michael. Thanks for joining.
That must be easier. But at least, one of the nice things about daylight savings time is that for those clocks that aren't auto-synced with national time, that means that twice a year, they're right. Then they can wander fast or slow for 6 months, and then you change it, then you fix it again.
Oh, you couldn't? Really? I thought Michael said you can't comment from YouTube. I thought you could comment through YouTube still. Sorry about that.
Maybe on Sunday we'll test it with something.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us here, Michael. I really appreciate that, and I'm sorry about YouTube. I thought the chat would still work there too.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's what StreamYard said, I thought.
Yeah.
But well.
We'll find out.
We'll play with it.
Yeah.
There might be a setting we're missing.
Oh, I see. Most at once, but not Queensland. It fades the curtains. I love it, Cliff. Thanks so much for chiming in.
Well, Queensland, if they're talking about it, just takes longer. Because because you guys talk slow. At least according to David.
Oh, interesting. Hong Kong used to
probably back when they were British.
Well, that wasn't decades ago. Michael says it was decades ago they stopped this silliness.
Well, it was 2 decades ago, essentially.
What? No, what? Really?
In the 80s or late 80s. Hey,
it wasn't
Michael,
that long.
When did Hong Kong go back to China? I think it was like mid to late 80s. Because I remember it being a big deal.
I didn't think it was that long. Okay. No.
Ah. Okay.
Okay. He says no.
So.
All right.
Oh, 1997.
1997. All right. Oh. Yeah.
So those 80s. Got it.
Hi, Seth. Thanks for joining. Tell us about the 16th.
Oh, me. Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
The 16th. Uranus and the moon are in conjunction. The moon is 3 days old, so real thin crescent. So you'll barely see the moon, and you won't see Uranus because it's really far away and really dim. Setting in the west, the moon is setting in the west and small. I think that you mean thin crescent by small,
thin
right?
crescent moon, yeah.
Yeah, it won't be a problem to see dim objects. You will need a telescope to see Uranus, probably a big one. But hey,
So yeah, we had 2 comments. Cliff said it's hot enough as it is without letting the sun be up longer. And Michael says it must have been discontinued in the 70s.
Oh, so the British decided to stop doing it.
That's quite long ago. That's more like 50 years ago. 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Thanks, Michael.
Yeah. March 17th, weekly space hangout. Pam's not on that one, but she'll be on the 24th.
Yeah, I'll be one of the junior journalists on the 24th of March for the weekly space hangout. So if you want to tell me what to do, join the WSH crew.
I do all the time. Doesn't help. Okay, March 19th, Friday night show.
Back to our Friday night show, yeah.
Mars and the moon are in conjunction. Evening, high in the sky, and the moon is 6 days old. And the English invented
invented what?
Daylight savings time, I'm assuming.
Oh, no kidding, really? Okay. Interesting. I figured that was something we did here because,
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so thanks so much, Jeff. and we're getting close to wrapping it up. We want to answer any questions if you have any, and comments would be great to see as well. We'd love to have you or someone you know, if you've done something interesting involving space exploration, science, astronomy, like that. We'd love to share our live. Come back next week, which is March the 19th. We are negotiating a guest. We are going to ask you to help us welcome Alexander Graziel. Please tell me I said that right. And he is a YouTube personality, Dr. Gibberish. He's in the UK, so we might have a recording in advance and then run it during the show, because when we're having our show on Friday night at 9 p.m. Pacific time, it's 4 a.m. Saturday morning his time. And so we're gonna see what we can do. Of course, if he could be here live, that'd be wonderful. And then answer questions, that kind of thing. His show looks really interesting, kind of crazy actually. So if you want to, I think it's up there, right? Is it Dr. Gibberish part of that? So yeah, if you want to look on YouTube for Dr. Gibberish, you could get a preview of Alexander's style, I guess, really. And then join us on next Friday when we have some kind of conversation with him somehow. And you had a thought for...
Yeah, and this is just to put it out there to people, and either comment here or after the, if you hear the recording, comment on, in the either YouTube or Facebook comments on if you'd be interested in participating. I was thinking of having, a kind of a coffee clutch discussion group for various space topics, like just talking about base on the moon, talking about the feasibility of putting people on Mars, something like that. It'd only really work if there's more people talking than just the two of us. So we'd want like 4, maybe 5 people. So
yeah, that'd be great.
If you're interested in participating in that, just shoot us a note. I just had this idea like 10 minutes before the show, so I don't even have like topic lined up. We might put a post with like a list of topics to see if you're interested in them. But if any of the topics interest you, or if you have a topic that you are interested in discussing, let's give that a shot. I mean, let's say pick asteroid mining. That's not an everyday spacer type of thing, but talking about it and coming up with ideas is something that an everyday person.
Oh yeah, discussion's always something that's good for activities, stuff we can actually do. And what I really love too is something coming out of it, a project to work on for people, or something like that. But we had one more comment. Did you have more to say about that?
No. Well,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just the some of the most, we don't have conferences right now for a year or more. It's going to end up being more than a year, and some of the best conventions that I went to were really small, and they wouldn't even have guest speakers. They just have a room assigned and with a discussion, with a topic, and people sign up to be on the panel.
Sort of an unconference, I think is what they call it.
Yeah,
right?
An unconference, yeah.
Which, the participants are also the speakers, and it's sort of all intermingled.
Yeah, and that
is pretty cool.
That was fun, so yeah.
All right, so Michael, thanks so much for letting us know that Hong Kong discontinued this whole business of changing the time in 1979. Very smart. Because honestly, it makes me nuts.
Yep.
All right, so any last questions? We would love to hear from you. And if not, we will say good night and see you next week when, like I said, we have a guest coming in one form or another. He is Alexander Graziel, also known as Dr. Gibberish. You can find him on YouTube. He is in the UK. So that should be pretty fun. He sounds like a real character. Yes, Seth, good. The lines are blurring between space-interested people. Asteroids are a subject for science. potential threat and an opportunity. Absolutely. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Great. All right, Seth, if you would like to do that kind of thing. And we got somebody from YouTube.
Yeah.
It did work for somebody, Michael. Here we go.
And
yeah.
Michelle Evans, yeah.
Yeah, good to see you. Likewise. Thanks a lot for joining. All right. Anything else we can think about for people?
No.
Have a good week.
Yeah.
Good night.
See ya.